Hey! Are we live then?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Hey, how's it going?
This is the second greatest
How's it
game on
going?
the universe. I don't know if you guys know what the greatest game is. Terry, you might know what the greatest game in the universe is. You want me to give you a hint?
Yeah.
It was that Buckeye speedrun. You probably won't get it actually. It was a crappy Tony Hawk knockoff game I did called World Tour. I'll preach for that game. If anyone's never seen that, which is probably everybody, look up World Tour. It's a terrible game, but fun. Guess we just chilled for a little bit.
So this is Let's Play Speedruns here live at the Let's Play Gaming Convention in Lexington, Kentucky. And this is a charity marathon for the Lexington Public Library, which is a local charity. We'll get more information on that here soon. I need to finish setting everything up, but without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started with the first round, which is going to be Bbforky doing Hydro Thunder Hurricane all races.
Yes.
So feel free to give an introduction and then count down and we'll start the timer.
Yeah, there's not too much to this game. It's just a racing game. It's based off of a popular arcade game called Hydro Thunder. We're going to be doing all the races in the game, including the DLC ones, right? Like, yeah, we're good. And we'll just jump right into it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Choose your boat.
Oh, I should probably pick a boat. I forgot I had to do that. We don't need that.
Slight details. Slight details.
Reset.
Nah, that's not going to matter too much. It'll be how we're racing here. So as we're getting into this is our first course. This is actually one of the DLC courses to start off. And so to go a little bit into this game, we're using this boat called Red Hazard. It's the fastest in the air and it's the fastest on the ground. So that's the reason why we use it. It's got really bad handling, but it's got a cool little speed technique where if you jump in the air and turn sideways, you'll go a little bit faster, keep up a little bit of momentum. And if you notice at the bottom right, that's going to be our boost counter the whole time, so we're going to be trying to keep that up. So if you're using boost, you go significantly faster. The red boost cans give you 4 times boost, the blue ones give you 2 times. When you're playing online, they actually switch those out a little bit to where they'll put like white ones in, and it kind of like depends where you are on the track how much boost it'll give you. Like if you're way far behind, it'll give you a ×8, and that'll just like fill you up all the way to max boost. So basically the strats to trying to finish races fast here is you want to like use as much boost as you can, but try to preserve it to where you don't run out. If you run out of boost, you go significantly slower. For this course, it's not too bad. The boosts are in pretty generous spots, so I don't have to really go too far out of my way to go for some. And then when jumping in the air, you don't need a boost at all, and you'll still go faster, so you get the same stuff. So yeah, that's about it for this track. This is a track I used to be really, really bad at for a long time. As you could just see right there as I crashed into the rock. It's a cool design course in my opinion.
Boost getting low.
Nothing really too interesting though for it. I'm actually not too sure the order of the courses. They don't go into the standard order of which you would do when you regularly play through the game. So I think it might be one of the courses. There's going to be a couple where we're going to show actually just one that's an out of bounds that we'll show. That's really useful. I might do a second, even though it lose time, just because it'll be pretty neat to show off. And then there's a couple of checkpoint abuses where you can turn around on the track and then advance a little bit farther. So for the most part, all the tracks are going to have 3 laps, except for ones that are kind of like from point to point. It'll just have like 3. That's going to be annoying to match B every time. It's going to have 3 checkpoints basically that'll count as laps. Alright, so here's our first one that we're going to be doing an out of bounds on. This is one of my favorite ones to do. I actually have a pretty good time because I grinded this for a while on online leaderboards. So this is called Seal Stream. This is the shortest track in the game, actually. And we're going to be getting a couple boost canisters up here, and we don't want to try to use too many, because when you're out of bounds, it's really, really hard to control your turning. And the more boost you have, the better you can control where you exactly want to go. So we're coming up on it right now. A big problem with this game when it first came out, the programmers didn't like to program a bunch of walls here. So I can literally just go into this corner here, not touching anything. I drop out of bounds, and we can keep going. It's pretty funny. And now right here, when you get to 200, you can just sway off to the left and it maxes out your miles per hour. Now I'm going to be looking to hit checkpoints while I'm out of bounds still, so I got to follow a specific path. And if I like miss it by accident, which this one's going to be close, I might not get it, I'm just going to go back in bounds. I'll back up just a tad bit, we'll hit the checkpoint. And it's not too much damage done. If you do it properly, you can get like a time of 113, 114. But even missing like that checkpoint, it still boosts you along the track a little bit, so you gain some time. But that's like the one cool thing a lot of people found out with these tracks is going out of bounds. And if you could find precise ways to just like turn and hit checkpoints, you get through tracks a lot faster. Before they patched out some, people have turned like 2.5-minute tracks into 30-second tracks, which is really cool. And this one also has another out of bounds that's a little bit harder to do, but once you're out of bounds, the checkpoints are just straightforward. So we'll show this one off too. This is a Storming Asgard. I guess this is just like a stormy ocean. There's like some boats everywhere. It's got a bunch of like little shortcuts that are really cool with it. You gotta be careful though, because are really tight like this one, so you gotta take that turn really sharp. It works out well for the red hazard since it's like so slippery on the ground. But if you somewhat just crash too hard into something, you'll have to respawn. You can always press select even if you haven't crashed, you can always respawn in this game. This out of bounds is a little bit farther in the level though, so if done optimally, it doesn't save too much time. We'll go upside down for a little bit here. Ice physics, it doesn't matter. Anything goes on there, and you'll go the same speed. Why not? Everyone loves ice physics in video games. Oh, that like long ship that goes right there, in some levels you get like a police boat or a long ship or something that'll like chase after you. When you're first starting in this game and playing casually, they can get in your way a lot and crash you, and it's just really, really frustrating when you're trying to get like gold trophies on everything. Alright, so here's where this out of bounds is. Past it. So they have most of these walls programmed out, but you can slip right in this one and then just turn around and go underneath the track.
Seems legit.
Yeah. They used to have a lot more spots, and the cool thing is here with you can like go outside the borders because it's kind of just invisible walls for everything. But there's parts where you don't fall underneath, and you can just explore like the outsides that like still have like water in it, but maybe like not all the textures. So we've spent like hours just like looking on random levels and seeing where we can get. That's about it for that one. Those are going to be the only out of bounds that we're showing off though. Alright, what's next? I remembered that time. Alright, Lost Babylon. This one is just a pretty straightforward level. If you guys are just tuning in right now and missed a little bit of what we said earlier, this is a Lex Play. This is going to be benefiting the Lexington library with a bunch of different benefits that they do with the city. So if you guys want to donate to a good cause, I would highly encourage it. There's going to be a lot of runs that's going to be going on this weekend, so stick around, donate the money if you have it, and it'll be pretty fun. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I happen to work at Lexington Public Library, and I think it's the bee's knees. We offer things from kids doing things like story time or having homework help, which is kind of a really important one, and I'm a computer instructor, so I get to teach classes from mouse and keyboard basics, where I actually have to show them how you're supposed to click a mouse. And then we go to do things like advanced Excel, and they're all free classes. You just gotta sign up. So really, you're A, helping pay my paycheck, and B, helping have all these activities that really go off from the normal library. You can do more than just check out books. There's lots of activities you can sign up for, and I think it's the bee's knees. So if you donate, that really helps us provide to the community. So give us money, please.
I'm glad someone could explain that for me. I'm not from the area, but I've heard a lot about this event. It's really cool to be down here. I've been down to Lexington a couple times, and it's always like a really nice community. And anything that gets like younger kids involved, they're having fun. It's like a really good
Can we go
cause,
back?
so.
I think there's some walls we forgot to hit.
Donate up. Alright. We have Bermuda Triangle. This is like one of the most interesting races because it doesn't have like boundaries that you can see. It's like basically a big ocean that you go into. And there's like ships everywhere that you can kind of just like explore and do random stuff. For a while we were trying to look for an out of bounds in this level. I think they did have one in an earlier patch, but they got rid of it. But as you can see right here, we're like just in the middle of the ocean. You don't see anything to your left and right, there's just like big ships everywhere. It looks like it could be an easy track, but the waves can mess you up a lot. Yeah, this thing's handling is terrible on the ground, but in the air, as you can see, like I jump and I boost a little bit, and I can just turn so much. So if you like accidentally are messing up going a different direction, it's just really beneficial to jump in the air and switch your position. Go into this big world, free from the ocean for now. It's like a bunch of cliffs here. If any of you guys watching like racing games at all, I would recommend this. It's a really hard game to learn at first. Like for the longest time when I was doing runs of this, I didn't even use this boat, but this is the optimal one to use. But there's still active people who race it online all the time. I'm pretty sure it's only like $10 on PC or 360 arcade. But I've always had a lot of fun with it. You said you were a fan of the original Hydro, correct?
That was not a game. So.
Oh, it wasn't. My bad. I know there was
I
so
played
much.
it, but I was never good.
Gotcha. I played it only like at arcades sometimes. I never really owned a copy of it. But the physics for these kind of games I've always enjoyed because it's like you can do a whole bunch with it, like different wave racers. Even like dirt bike games or something. They're always really interesting with things that you can do, especially with this one, because with a boat like this, you can just like jump over a bunch of things and whatnot. Also, what you saw me miss there, if you hold down the gas any before you actually start, you won't get a boost, and you don't start with any boost cans. When you're at 0 boost, you can't jump in the air at all, so I have to wait to grab boost, wait for that red bar to turn into boost down there, then I can actually boost. So timing's like important at the beginning. It's kind of like Mario Kart games. Press the button at a certain time and you'll be able to boost off. This map's pretty cool because at this point it's a 3-way split, and when you go through each lap upcoming, it's going to block off one direction and open up the other. So it's a little bit more scenery to see as you're racing. Pretty sure this course currently does have an out of bounds that's really, really hard to get to, so it's not really beneficial for doing runs. When they first made this game, waterfalls, for some reason, they just didn't program anything on here. So like the little waterfalls towards the end of this level, that's where the old out of bounds used to be. Yeah, I always like to get in your way a lot too. Sometimes you just gotta bully them out of the way. I don't promote bullying.
I was a fan of the series.
Okay. I guess a little bit similar. F-Zero definitely has a faster gameplay, and obviously it's not a wave racer. How do you think it compares to it then? Like, just by seeing this, I'm going to assume you haven't played this game
I would
before.
love to play this. It looks quite fun.
It's like, when you first start off, there's 3 different classes of boats. You have your beginner, your advanced, and the expert ones, and they are like dramatically different on how they control. Some beginner ones, they'll have some really bad handling and they're pretty slow, so it's even a challenge for those to try to get like what the recommended best times are for them. And then when you get to like some expert ones, I know there's one boat called Cutthroat that handles really, really well compared to the other ones. It's just you can't use it to your advantage if you know how to use one that is this fast. So it's a lot of practice. If you want to put time in the game, like a racer, and you want to get good at it, there's always an option for this one. I've had tons of fun
And that,
with it.
ladies and gentlemen, was amazing.
Alright. I think we're coming up on the last couple ones. We're on round 7 of 5. I accidentally exited out there for a second because I'm trying to remember the Xbox Live thing. Losing frames because of it, man.
Not cool, man.
We need to borrow the internet here. Sorry if the stream goes down, but it's for a good cause. Alright, so this one is Area 51. This is the last track in the non-DLC one. This one's actually a really fun track to race against. It's a lot of indoor and tight walls. So you gotta be careful if you're trying to take things at full speed. You have to be very precise or else you're gonna crash. It's funny because the way they like organize this and all the tracks, you get to see both of the out of bounds right at the beginning, but you haven't even seen either of the checkpoint beaches. Those are pretty cool because it's like you just go past the checkpoint a little bit and you'll save like 20 seconds per lap. Because for some reason, I guess because the track like overlaps itself, like you kind of like race on top of it the second way around.
Yeah!
So it kind of thinks you're on top and just throws you up there. Out my way, dude. You may see those like gear icons as well with the boost things, and those like open up ramps and secret compartments on different levels. Some of them are faster, but actually a majority is not faster. With this boat, it's basically like try to get as straight a path as you can and try to jump in the air and utilize that boost that you have. I know when I was like learning this game, I've taken so many different paths trying to learn it, which is cool because you get to like explore the track in its entirety as well. If you kind of like just jumped into it, like newer people to this game, if they play online, and mostly everyone's like pretty good since the game's pretty old, so they'll copy people who are really good and they don't really get to explore things. And there's like hidden tokens on several levels that you can obtain too, and you know, it's like standard racing game, bonus and lot of stuff. I don't know.
Boost is a go.
It's like they've done it before, but it's still fun. That's how games get you, man. But now we're on to one of the first checkpoint boosters right here. So after the second one coming, we turn around, and part of this track kind of like loops back around and goes to the top here. So what we're gonna do is we'll jump here, turn around, and go right into the passes. hopefully not hit people. They'll get in your way a lot, and it can be frustrating. If you hit one hard enough, you'll actually crash. And then we'll reset our position right here. And it might not look like much, but now we're back to the start-finish line. And we passed like 8 cars when we did that. Or vehicles, whatever. I call everything cars. Watch the position jump like right here. Put me up to first. It was like it was kind of confused. Like it was going down to 8 and 9, and then it was like, all right, I'm gonna jump you to 5th. And then once I got to that one point, I was like, oh, you're in first. How did you do that? I love just confusing the games and what they're thinking. And jump from 8th to 1st like it's nothing. Just do that 3 times. Pretty simple that. And I think the second one is right next to it as well. So you'll get to see how this is utilized, which is like right at the beginning, which is kind of cool.
Boost for the win!
I was almost a PB actually on that track. That was really, really clean. Oh, okay, we got Tsunami Bowl. This is my favorite track in the game. It's really, really small. You know where to go. It's like trying to get competitive times on this is pretty tough. Because you can basically stay in boost the whole time when you're not in air. Because there's just so many that are along the track. So a lot of people, if you look up videos, people have optimized this track really, really well. I guess I didn't mention draft. It's kind of like present in just about every racing game, but sometimes it's more beneficial to like draft behind the guy in front, and then as soon as you get right behind them, then you can just jump over them, keep your momentum that you had from the draft, and gain a little bit more from being sideways in the air. It's like, if you can get the draft and it's beneficial for you to where you don't run into them afterwards and slow down and do it. But a lot of times they can just keep getting in your way and screw you up a little bit.
Okay, we're in the draft.
There's a gear in the middle of there that you don't have to hit because the red hazard jumps up high enough to where it spawns a wave pool, and that's how you're supposed to regularly get up there. But if you time it right, you can just jump up there regularly. And it saves you from going down the level the first time, which I unfortunately did because I missed the jump still. It's not like it's too much of a waste. Not too much, I'm trying to think. Just with like specific things with levels. I don't know too much of the history of the game because I just started playing it like last year. But racers have always had like a soft spot in my heart. I've always done like a bunch of different ones. I grew up with a Jet Moto, if anyone's ever played that on the PS1. There's 3 of those. They're like really clunky games when I go back and look at it now, but I had so much fun with it. But I guess that's like a bunch of games that were in that era.
Armed and ready.
Like 3D just becoming big for games. And 64s, PS1. What was the Sega console that was like Saturn? Yeah, it was the Saturn. It was a good era for games. I had so many memories with games in that era. Played so much Banjo-Kazooie. I'll play that game once every week because it's always really fun for me. I'm missing every boost right now. Sometimes you can make it work if you do like miss a lot of boosts. You can just like compensate by jumping a little bit more. So that's like the backup plan. It's like, it's hard to tell. You can get more speed while on the ground, but if you manage so well, you will be faster in the air. But it's so hard because you have to keep momentum first, and then it's just precise. That turn's a little bit tricky if you're playing it for the first time with the boat. If you take one turn a little bit too wide, then you're gonna like end up stuck in there for a little bit. That's the way to finish. As long as you make it across the line, you're good. I think we're on the last race, so yeah, as soon as I cross the finish line for the third lap, it'll be time for this. And this will be one that uses checkpoint abuse as well. And this one's right at the beginning, so you like get a boost, and then you just turn around, jump similar to the other one, respawn, we already gained 4 positions like that. There's like a little bit of a turn after the start finish line, 2 turns actually, and then you go on that bridge as you saw. So just turning around, you go there, and then whoop. Oh, wait, that was planned too. I had saved you. You do a loop that's right there, and if you hit that exact corner of the wall, it'll just pretend like you hit the checkpoint that's in the center there, and that saves a little bit of time too, actually, like 2 or 3 seconds. Oh yeah, and this one has TNT on it too, so you gotta watch out, because the CPUs can like hit them into wreck your car. They plan the games pretty well to where you have to basically do every single lap to barely get first place, but as you can see with checkpoint abuses, we're halfway to the second lap, we're already in first place. And this one's cool because you can do it twice. Oh, I missed it there. The TNT barely got me before. I think I could have still got it because you can crash before you hit it. It just depends on where you, or what time you reset your boat. This is the bad thing. You're so far ahead of everybody, so they're racing backwards when you're already going to your next lap. This is a track I always had a lot of fun with.
That was insane. This is crazy.
It's like really the only track that. It's the only track that utilizes like going back and forth. It's really cool because people can't mess you up and you can box like this so much. Back on the same pattern we're doing that. We're not going to mess with them. Well, maybe. There's still a couple slacks back there. Alrighty, and time.
Nice work.
26:38? Alright, we'll take that. Not bad. That's about it. If you guys like this game or any other racer, this is on Xbox Arcade, it's on PC, check it out. Play a bunch of racing games, they're always fun to play with friends. And that was Hydro Thunder Hurricane. I think up next, Star Tropics, right?
Yep.
Stick around for that, it's a great run.